What's up, guys? I'm here today to talk about something that makes me laugh every time. And that is going to be some of the most popular Wall Street sayings that I remember when I was on the trading desk. And I really want to try to relate them to what's going on with the markets now. I know it's the summer. I know that, there's pain in the market. You got small caps getting sold. You got Chinese stocks getting sold. Portfolios are getting hammered, every which way. But sometimes you can't sit there and worry. Sometimes you got to sit, you got to laugh, because this is what markets do. And so sometimes I like to look back and think about some of the things, some of the isms that some of the older guys and girls used to pass down whenever we were trading back in the day. So we're going to be covering 5 of those sayings. And let's see exactly what you guys think of them. And you know what? If you have some other sayings that you've heard and you'd like to, drop that into the comments, feel free, somebody's going to respond. So look, hey, I'm Luke Downey. Here's another edition of Lessons with Luke. Been investing for, about 20 years. I just want to make you a better investor. So if you like this type of content, make sure to like and subscribe to our YouTube channel. And also, I do want to do a homer plug here. So, I've been working with, Curzio Research for a little bit better than a year. And we just released the Big Money Report, which is my newsletter. Super excited about that. I'm put a link down in the description of this video, or you could just go to bigmoneyreport.com. You know what? It'll be a little razzle dazzle there, but, at the bottom line is, you're going to learn a little bit about my history, my journey, how I got to Wall Street, what I was able to accomplish. And I really love this, really enjoy it. So check that out. But let's go ahead and get into the top 5 Wall Street sayings. So the number 1 is the dead cat bounce. So look, they say that, you could throw a cat out of a window, which I would never do, but it'll always land on its feet. And even they say that a dead cat will still bounce. And I think that relates to some of the stocks that, you see, they just go down, down, down. And then one day they get one of these relief rallies, but they're never able to just recover. And the stocks just keep going lower. And, a lot of like the old school guys, whenever they get really bearish on a stock, they would just see it. It was just one of these stinking stocks, really smelly. It would have this big rally. They'd give it 1 or 2 days and they would say, you know what, this is a dead cat bounce. And they would actually sell into that strength because they just didn't believe in it. And so that is what a dead cat bounce is. And, it kind of relates to what's going on right now. It's like you see some of these stocks, they're going up, they're going down. Not a lot of them are breaking out. And so some of these could be a dead cat bounce. This is another one. So the number 2 is nickel bet buy a vet. So I remember this, we used to trade with these guys on the floor and they're talking about options, right? And basically these cheap options out there, you could literally risk just a little bit of money. And if you hit the lotto, right, most of the time you're going to lose on these, but if you hit the lotto, they can literally turn into like a mountain of money. And so obviously you don't want to be on the other side of that trade. So you don't want to be selling nickel bets because on the off chance that something actually does strike gold, you could just get ruined. Another variation of this is buy a teeny Lamborghini. I think it went like that. So, you could buy like a small cheap option. If you hit it rich, you hit it gold, 1 in a million. You could potentially make a ton of money. So that's the number 2 Wall Street saying. Number 3, this is definitely like one of the old school guys. I remember him saying this, is scared money doesn't make money. And so, whenever we were trading and things get volatile, there were certain types of traders, some traders, they got in, and they were freaked out. They didn't want the volatility. They didn't want to trade. Whereas there were these other traders who would just get in there. I mean, they loved the volatility. They just thought that was the opportunity, right? Spreads would widen out. They could buy stocks, much cheaper than what they could say like a week or 2 ago or a month ago. And because the stocks would bounce around so much, they just really loved it. And most of the people that embrace the volatility, I think they made more money than those that didn't. And so scared money doesn't make money. Number 4, don't catch falling knives. So I don't know where this one came from, but I remember, and I sat through the global financial crisis. And this was one of those lessons that, it's not really relatable today because we haven't really had a big pullback other than like the pandemic. But, sometimes when there's a real sell-off, catching a falling knife, like, normally it could cut you if you were to do that practically. But the same thing goes with stocks. And if we're at all-time highs and the markets are starting to roll over, you might want to let that stock settle in a little bit, form a base before you go in and you jump in with both hands. Because typically the lower it goes, more sellers start to come out. Hasn't happened a lot, since the pandemic because people have been buying the dips, but that is what don't catch falling knives are. So, especially if it's a junky stock, you're probably going to get cut either way if you go messing around with that thing. So that's the number 4. Number 5, and my favorite one, and this is totally true when it comes to stocks, and it is stocks take the stairs up and the elevator down. And so what that basically means is, it literally stocks can climb for a year, 2 years, and they can erase those gains literally in a matter of days or weeks. And so, volatility, when it ramps up, stocks can move down a lot faster than they can go up. That's just the way the game is. Sellers are sellers, Wall Street guys, girls, they are quick to hit the sell button than they are the buy button. And so that's one thing to also, react and think about, because you see the markets right now, small caps, Chinese stocks, I'm long a bunch of them. It's painful. It hurts, in the near term, but, they can go down, just like you can be blown away with how high a stock can go, you can be blown away with how low it can go. So look, these are your top 5 Wall Street sayings. If you have heard some other ones, you want to put those in the comments, feel free to do that. But I love these sayings. There is a little bit of truth to them. And a lot of these go back way, way, way back, and they're still true to this day. So again, you guys think long term, and I'll see you next time.